Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. Happy hump day, everybody. So yeah, straight over to the Bitcoin charts. Bitcoin on the 4 hour. As you can see, what we kind of wanted to happen yesterday, we got deep into this next zone. This next range. So when we did get that pullback, it was supported at actually just above our support zone. So that's even better. That was pretty much because we managed to get all our way up to not far off 56k, but then 3k pullback only brought us down to 53k. So that's what we were looking for. Because we want to establish price action in here in this range, and we do want to stay above this horizontal. So yeah, so far so good. We can probably obviously, as you guys know, we can mark off pretty much the middle of the range here. You can see how it's pretty much respected on a few occasions. So we will draw it on with my new wait, if I draw the line, wait, what have I done? I was going to say with my newfound skills, but now I can't even draw the line. Right, so we draw the trend line, and then I can press shift, and it makes it straight. So yeah, we'll get the trend line on nice and straight, and then move it down to where it pretty much needs to be. So yeah, we can pretty much mark out in the middle of this range. As you know, middle of the range is important. In fact, we'll just drag this along a bit. Oh, now I've made it not straight. Yeah, drag this along a bit. But yeah, middle of the ranges. So we now have established, obviously, the importance of the middle of the range. Not that we needed to establish it, but we have done. So yeah, it is now a case of we have actually bounced off the support, relative support area. So if we can break above, then yeah, continuation to basically all-time highs, 58k. Obviously, we can get rejected here, come back down, test the support again. We can even break the support. If we break the support, we just look to what levels below. We'll catch price action, but obviously, with this bounce off the support, we'll be looking at a break at the likelihood of a potential break above here, and obviously closing a 4-hour candle above this level, which is basically 55,000. So closing a 4-hour candle above 55,000, we're pretty much looking for moves. Move up to into the 57k. So that is what we're looking at in Bitcoin. Looking pretty good here. So yeah, that's looking good. Ethereum, Bitcoin not looking so good. As you can see, we have lost this horizontal. Have actually come down and literally to the tick. Tested this obviously lower level line that we've got in just below, but obviously this is not as important. But if it does bounce, support the price, get us back above this more important horizontal, then yeah, it will obviously be looking better than it does now. Basically, we need to get back above this horizontal and start to make progress. This would be fine if this is the low here. Obviously being a higher low relative to here, and obviously this being the next one. So yeah, realistically, you need to get back above this horizontal, and then potential continuation once we get over, well, basically the 0.034 level, and then yeah, we'll be looking good for a move basically back to this high and beyond. But as of yet, we've not got back above this horizontal, so we could be looking at more downside. I mean this would definitely be the main trigger for downside. Would be below this level here. There we go, there's a shift key below this level here. And then yeah, we were looking at basically to this next level, bottom of the range, and then potentially even our next major level down here. That's obviously the bear case. Ethereum USD though, that's not looking too bad, as you can see, holding up there, I suspect if we get above this horizontal and then potentially basically above 2k, then we may see acceleration in Ethereum, and the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing may start to look a bit better. Stocks, S&P, basically came all the way back up and tested the top of our trend line, pulled off it a bit. But is it going to break out of this ascending broadening wedge and go on a massive run? Yeah, potentially. How is Nasdaq looking? Nasdaq obviously had a bounce, but I mean it's still looking weak AF. But we do pretty much have a downward sloping trend line. that obviously Nasdaq is welcome to break and then go on a move to the upside. But I mean, we can pretty much draw a similar pattern, a descending broadening wedge. And obviously, as you can see, we are not doing quite so well as we are basically in the S&P. I could probably draw this better. Probably could draw this better, but yeah, I mean, we get the picture. We get the picture. Came down to a support level, bounced off there, but we're still quite a long way away from breaking this downward sloping trend line. I mean, as you can see, the S&P basically got all the way up to it. Let's have a look at the Russell. We've not looked at the Russell in a while. Russell not looking as bad either. You can also see it's descending and broadening wedge pretty clearly. So yeah, we'll just draw the top side on. So yeah, obviously above here we are looking at acceleration to the upside. Oh, we'll just draw them on everything. There we go. We'll just be descending broadening wedge fanatics. And one other one, yeah, Dow Jones. The Dow Jones, as you can see, looking very good. Dow Jones obviously has a lot more commodity related things in it, and you can see is not painting any real sort of a descending broadening wedge at all. But this is clearly going to be buoyed by all those oil stocks, because oil is going on a tear. I mean, just look at this. I mean, we haven't really spoke about a lot. This just does tie into a lot of the inflation. I mean, obviously, the US been one of the fake top producers, because basically they are, but they basically financialize basically the shale oil, which is unprofitable, on both an actual how much money you put in compared to how much money you get out, and also compared to actually how much energy you put in compared to how much energy you cut out. But yeah, US shale oil and gas is basically unprofitable. And it's just it was just continued on basically financial engineering, or basically just free money. If your money's free, just print it anyway, who cares? Then just actually get the real asset out of the ground. But that is obviously probably coming to an end, and rig counts are down anyway. So basically what I'm trying to say is supply is down. So obviously that is gonna the supply side is clearly what is driving up oil, because it isn't obviously the demand side, because well, we've not got back to normal yet, have we? So there you go. So basic supply side, and obviously a general inflation, which the irony of which is obviously obviously the printing of money is helping to drive this up. But it is the printing of money that was obviously helping to basically keep it down with the basically the shale oil that was uneconomically been extracted in America. But yeah, I mean, America will pretty much become a net importer. America, to be actually, not that you guys probably care this much about this, but there's two main different types of oil, which is basically light sweet and heavy sour. Heavy sour is the main one you need for industry and diesel engines, and light sweet is the one that you mainly use for like petrol and like more refined products. And America basically mainly produces light sweet anyway, so it is importing most of its heavy sour oil anyway. Which is the main one it needs. So yeah, it was always importing a lot of the oil it needed anyway, but obviously it was then exporting a lot of light sweet crude. But yeah, basically they're not gonna be exporting that as well, and they're just gonna become bigger net importers of oil. And yeah, I mean, obviously prices going up, reflecting that reduction in supply and obviously inflation. So how is Tesla doing? Had a very nice bounce yesterday, as you can see, along with tech stocks in general. A pretty quick bounce up to a level here, up to a downward sloping trend line. So obviously, taking, if it's going to let me draw a line, obviously taking this level out is potentially going to signal more upside. I mean, we can draw the same descending broadening wedge in Tesla as well, if one was so inclined. Yeah, so... Is Tesla going to make a comeback? Potentially. Potentially is at a level where it can break and come and yeah, continue to the upside. Also at pretty much just under an important horizontal level. Where's my shift key? There it is. Important horizontal. So yeah, taking out this trend line and this horizontal, Tesla will probably see some upside. So yeah, there you go. Bitcoin dominance, we'll have a glance at that, even though obviously you guys know that I pretty much have written this off as a useful tool. But yeah, drifting its way down. So yeah, let's go. In fact, just quick glance at the 10-year, not doing a lot, as you can see. Probably waiting for its next move to the upside. Stochastics, how are they looking? Are they still looking good for this move up to basically break in 55 and up to 58k? Let's have a look. 4 hour, obviously looking a bit tired here, so this could see a bit of a pullback. We are seeing a bit of sideways anyway, sideways consolidation in this lower half of the range anyway. 10 hour, waiting for this to load. Yeah, 10 hour obviously getting a bit toppy here, so this could also, we could see sideways. So we could basically see us consolidate between this 53 and 55k range potentially, but I suspect these are the ones that are still going to be looking okay. In fact, 12 hours, well, looking a bit tired. But obviously, just remember that these can still stay up here, even though they start to turn up. They can still stay jammed up here whilst price action flies onto the upside. Daily clearly got a long way to run. 2-day clearly, well, only just ticked over. 3-day looking to turn back up. And then obviously the rest doing their thing. So, I mean, again, is looking a lot more likely that we are going to basically break this breach 58k, break it, and continue into the 60ks. However, we may be just not be going up in a straight line, but it is difficult to see too much downside currently. I think we've had this big pullback here. I think we will obviously have another big pullback. That goes without saying. But it may come from deep into the 60ks. So that's kind of what what I'm thinking, really. That is kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah. Let's just get some targets. Let me just sort these lines out a bit. Yeah, so we have basically yeah, I mean, basically get above 58k and then look to try and establish some ranges up here. 68k then potentially a target to aim for, and then the pullback from 68k. What would a pullback from 68k of 40 and 30% look like? 30%, yeah, 30% pretty much brings us down to just yeah, about 47k. Would be a nice area. Would be a nice area for us to pull back from. Even if we just front run that slightly, even if we got down to 49k from 68k, we'd be looking at just a nice higher low relative to this low here. And a 40% pullback literally just brings us down to the 41k. So could we just could we form a basically an expanding range of still keeping a low of roughly, we can just call it 40,000, but I mean, clearly it may be just a bit above that, and whatever high we get up to for the time being. Yeah, we could do. We could be forming an ascending broadening wedge. We love our broadening wedges at the moment. Could we form a longer time frame ascending broadening wedge deep into deep into April time? Yeah, potentially. Obviously, that could then signal a pretty significant move to the downside if we did. But obviously that's just, I don't even know why I'm even saying it. It's just literally just pure unadulterated speculation. But anyway, we are looking good here though, for however price gets there, taking out 50k, 58k and making our way deep into the 60ks, where that would be a point at which I would then be looking for another retrace, and like, who knows what those retraces are now meant to be in this bull market. 25%, 30s, maybe we'll have a 40%, maybe we will finally have a 40% and then overrun that and absolutely terrorize the newbies and the longs. We shall see. All exciting stuff, but generally speaking, you got to stick with the overall trend, which obviously you can see is we clearly have liftoff. We clearly have liftoff, as you can see. You would be a brave man calling the top of this at any point. So yeah, just put things in a bit of context for you guys, just a bit of context for you. So there we go, that's it guys. Remember, this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. Happy hump day everybody, and I shall speak to you guys later.